INTRO. Warm welcome. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. If you enjoy stories about pop culture, celebrity news, and inspiring personal journeys, you're in the right place. Let's jump straight into today's story, because this one has been making waves everywhere. The moment everyone's talking about. Blac Chyna has been in the spotlight for years, known not only for her career in entertainment and modeling, but also for her high-profile relationships. Recently, she sat down for a podcast interview that was supposed to be a casual, open conversation. Instead, it turned into a viral moment that had fans buzzing across social media. The host, Giudice, daughter of Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice, asked Chyna about one of the most talked-about chapters of her past, her relationship with Rob Kardashian. The question touched on the very public ups and downs they shared, from the whirlwind romance to the very messy breakup and everything that followed. But before Gia could even finish her thought, Chyna cut in with a calm but firm response. "I'm not answering that." Next question. That single line was enough to capture headlines and spark conversations. Viewers quickly noticed how confidently she shut down the subject, leaving no room for speculation. It wasn't angry or dramatic, it was simply clear and direct. Why this was so significant? For years, Blac Chyna's personal life has been the subject of intense media coverage. Her relationship with Rob Kardashian began back in 2016, quickly becoming one of the most talked-about romances in Hollywood. The couple even got engaged and welcomed their daughter, Dream, later that year. But the breakup that followed was messy, very public, and filled with legal battles. Their cancel reality show, the lawsuits, and the ongoing custody arrangements became constant topics for gossip magazines and online discussions. For a long time, Chyna's name was almost always attached to Kardashian-related drama. So when she refused to go down that road again during this new interview, it sent a very clear message. She has moved on. She's no longer willing to allow her past relationship to define her. What she wants to talk about instead. What's even more interesting is the direction Chyna chose to take the conversation afterward. She made it clear that she wants to focus on the things that really matter to her now, her faith, her sobriety, and her personal growth. Over the past 2 years, Chyna has been very open about the transformation she's gone through. She removed cosmetic enhancements that she once thought were necessary, embraced a more natural lifestyle, and started speaking publicly about her decision to live a sober life. She's also shared how her spiritual journey has grounded her and given her a new perspective on fame, family, and purpose. By shutting down the Rob Kardashian questions so decisively, she showed that she's serious about setting boundaries. Instead of repeating old stories, she's carving out a new narrative for herself, one that's centered on positivity and healing. The broader reaction. The clip from the podcast spread quickly. Some fans praised Chyna for standing her ground, saying it was refreshing to see a celebrity take control of their own story instead of letting interviewers steer them back into the past. Others noted that she's setting an example, showing that it's okay to say no when someone tries to drag you back into difficult or painful experiences. In a world where so many interviews thrive on drama, Chyna's decision stood out. She didn't give the soundbite people were expecting about Rob Kardashian, but in a way, her refusal became an even bigger statement. Her co-parenting's approach. Even though Chyna chose not to talk about Rob in this interview, it's worth noting that in recent months, she has given glimpses into how she handles co-parenting. She's talked about focusing on what's best for her children, setting rules that help maintain peace, and keeping the focus on family rather than personal differences. By all accounts, things have improved in that area. She's on better terms with both Rob and Tyga, the father of her son King. The focus now seems to be on stability, respect, and making sure her children grow up surrounded by love, no matter what happened in the past. Why this matters? Moments like this go beyond celebrity gossip. They highlight the importance of personal growth, boundaries, and healing. Chyna is proving that you don't have to keep reliving painful chapters just because people are curious. Instead, you can choose to tell your own story on your own terms. Her response also challenges the way the media often handles women in the spotlight. Too often, Interviews circle back to past relationships or conflicts, as if those are the only things that define them. By shutting it down, Chyna is saying loud and clear, she is more than her past, more than her relationships, and more than the drama that once surrounded her. The bigger picture. What we're seeing now is a new chapter in Blac Chyna's life. She's focused on self-improvement, family, and faith. The fact that she can sit in an interview, hear a question about one of the most dramatic parts of her past, and calmly say, "Next question," shows just how much she's grown. It's a reminder that no matter how public or messy things once were, people can change. They can heal, move forward, and set the tone for how they want to be remembered. OUTRO, call to action. So, what do you think about this moment? Was Blac Chyna right to shut down the question about Rob Kardashian? Do you admire the way she handled it, or do you think she should have given more insight? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and leave your comments below. Your support means everything, and I can't wait to read what you have to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.